Singapore welcomes 21 nations to the Citi Para Swimming World Series Singapore 2023. This is the first of the finals evening. We had heats this morning to get this wonderful event underway. It's been brought back to Singapore, having last been here in 2019, and 2024 is looking pretty good as well. Some fine performances from Singaporeans and international athletes this morning. Teresa Goh, a bronze medalist at the Paralympics in Brazil in 2016, alongside me in the commentary box. Teresa, who really caught your eye this morning? Obviously, there's going to be a Singapore bias to your comments.
A little bit. I can't help myself. I think I'm super excited for sure to see the Singapore swimmers. Looking forward to the 200 freestyle later. A little birdie told me that a world record might be in the works if we get close enough to it.
Well, we were incredibly close to one earlier on, just 0.4 of a second. Yip Pin Xiu just missing out by 0.4 of a second for a world record in the 200.
That was so close. I think I was speaking to her just before her race.
Okay, we have got for you 16 races coming up. There are 8 A finals, 5 B finals and 3 medley finals coming up as well. We'll be starting off with the women's 100-meter freestyle B final, followed by the A final. Then the men's 100 free B and A final. The women's 150 individual medley, then the men's 150 individual medley. And then we move on to the butterfly for the men and the women. By about 6:20, we've got the women's 200 freestyle, then the men's 200 freestyle B and A finals, and then those mixed 4x100-meter red medley relays, which are great fun, followed by medal presentations for all of the finals that we've had today. So we've got a busy evening's entertainment coming your way, and the officials and all the organisers have been working terrifically hard to make this a Games to remember. The Citi Para Swimming World Series Singapore leg 5 of a 9-season series is just about ready to get underway. And Teresa will be getting underway with the women's 100-meter freestyle B final. No Singaporean interest here. Danielle Moy will be in lane number 4, having posted a 1:08.39 in her heat.
Posted a faster time.
Indeed.
For the B finals, and I'm really excited for Danielle. She's always been super bubbly and always a hard worker in the pool.
Just missing out on the A final, but it's an indication of home pool advantage, perhaps.
Psychologically, I think it will work to her advantage. Being in lane 4 is always a good thing.
This is the first of 3 days of finals. There are heats each morning at 9 o'clock, today, tomorrow and Monday, followed by all the finals, and now all of the athletes are being introduced.
Our referee number 2, please make some noise for Miss Farida Menon.
Officials being introduced first and foremost. You almost forget about the supporting cast at an event like this, don't you, Teresa? But you're now on the admin side of things, and so you know how much hard work goes into putting these events on.
I never knew until I got to this point, you know. I think I've always been really blessed to be able to just focus on my races. But it's really nice to be on the other side also, you know. There's so much work goes on behind the scenes that no one gets to see also.
Certainly is. And Singapore, just talking to an awful lot of the people down below from the organisers, they say Singapore is one of the easier series to put on because everything's so organised.
Oh, that's so nice to hear.
But they are in Singapore, so they would say that, wouldn't they?
Ask them again in like a month. No, but I do think we're really well run, and no biasness attached to this. I think we just need good people behind the scenes.
The season started in Australia, in Melbourne, then they moved on to Italy, United Kingdom. Some swimmers were in the United States last week in Minneapolis. Not many have come over to Singapore. Obviously, the series are individual events, although there is an overall champion come the end of the season. We then move on to France, and Germany is next before the World Championships. Right, the first of the events today, the women's 100-meter B final for freestyle. And Danielle Moy in lane number 4, an S14 swimmer. So how they get the lanes is they base it on the timings, but that doesn't necessarily revert back to how many points they won. A reminder, Teresa, and we'll mention this many times to the viewers who are watching around the globe, that touching first does not necessarily mean winning gold, silver or bronze, because there's a points accumulator depending upon the S7 or the S14, upon the disability that the athletes have to carry.
That's the interesting thing about this. I think it could be potentially confusing, but yeah, I mean, just because you touch first, it doesn't mean you are the winner. Because someone of a lower classification could be closer to their world record.
There is Daniel Moy. She's been in 3 of the events so far. Muslima Odilova from Uzbekistan. The Uzbeks and the Kazakhs are well represented here. Alongside her, Utsigi Minuki from Japan, who posted a time of 1:12.13. China's Jin Xiaojin will be in lane 7. And Yu Maori from Japan, the second Japanese woman in this B final. And Maori will start from in the pool itself for this women's 100-meter freestyle final. 2 lengths of the pool. Now the nerves really kick in, Teresa. Finals time.
It started a long time ago. It's a really nice mix of disabilities and classifications in this final. Got a good mix of low and high classifications.
All eyes on Danielle Moy. It's not the best of starts though. She dived a little bit deep in the water and she emerges in 4th or 5th place at the moment. It's lane number 5 who has got the lead, and that is Muslima Odilova from Uzbekistan. Odilova is an S13 swimmer, posted a time of 1:08.45. But as they come to the turn, the 50-meter mark, it's the Uzbek who's really got a fine start, and she will turn in 1st place in a time of 31:49. That's quick.
That was a good turn by Danielle. I think she just needs to catch up a little bit more.
Danielle did get a good kick. She's just to the right of that picture, the extreme right. You can see the splashes, but we're watching Odilova. Danielle Moy, she is making ground. This is a very good second 50 from Danielle Moy. Odilova still has the lead intact. Odilova, an S13 competitor. Danielle, an S14. Under pressure now then from Lily Fox Mason, and Lily Fox and Danielle going for the tip. And it's Lily Fox who actually gets the touch ahead of Danielle.
Just a touch.
And Lily Fox will pick up the victory there in this B final. Although she touched second, 745 points, just edges out Odilova and Mikuni Utsigi on 740 points. Gosh, that's close. That's a really well contested first final.
So this is how we achieve measure.
That is so close.
A big round of applause for all our swimmers.
So Lily Fox Mason, she had some success in Australia, did Lily Fox.
I think Danielle will be quite pleased with that bronze. With that 3rd placing.
3rd place, 719 points, just edging out Odilova. Here's the start, and have a look at Danielle in lane 4. It was a deep dive, and that seemed to cost her an awful lot. She turned in 3rd place.
Just a touch faster than her heats timing. I think that's always something to work on.
Improvement. Odilova touches first, but she will not take the 1st place in this B final. Here is the result. Lily Fox Mason, 745 points, just ahead of Utsugi, 740. Danielle Moy, congratulations, Danielle, 719, just edging out Muslima Odilova. Although her time was slower, a 1:08, it was very, very useful. No time to breathe. 4 Japanese girls in the women's 100-meter freestyle final. Mario Zapata will be the favourite for this as we go through the line. Fukuda alongside Gabriella Smith from New Zealand, who posted a time of 1:05.88. Then we've got Zapata, who looks to be a fine athlete. Alongside them, you've got the fastest racer, Tsuijuchi, Ayano Tsuijuchi from Japan. And she's got company from Kinoshita. They were separated by just 0.05 of a second in the earlier heats. Indriani from Indonesia in lane 6. Serizawa from Japan completing the quartet of Japanese swimmers. An S14 swimmer. And then, now this is one to look out for. Look out for Sarah Vargas Blanco, the Colombian, an S6 swimmer. Although she's in lane 8, we'll keep a close eye on how she is able to pick up points. All ready for the start of this A final, women's 100-meter freestyle.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, event number 101, the women's 100-meter
To rise was lane number 5, Kinoshita. And Kinoshita is under pressure from Indriani from Indonesia, but Kinoshita in the heat, she looked very, very smooth, and she looks very smooth here as well, Teresa Go.
They all look really, really up in sync with each other.
This is going to be a very, very fast final. As they turn, Kinoshita will touch first in 29.78, just 300ths of a second ahead of Suzuki. In fact, it's the other way around. Suzuki has got into the lead. Lane number 4, Ayano Suzuki. Not only did she get into the lead, but she got a good kick out as well. And she will touch first. But this is going to be very competitive. The points are being accumulated on the screen as you watch. So touching first is Suzuki, but 927 points for Kinoshita. Now let's have a look at Sarah Vargas Blanco. Sarah Vargas is coming in and will touch now. 977 points for Sarah Vargas Blanco.
A classic example.
Last to touch, but you look at this ability, the S6 class that she's in, and Sarah Vargas Blanco, a 1:12.66. That's 2 seconds faster than her heat time.
That's an amazing swim right
That's
there.
a terrific gold medal for Sarah.
She looks very pleased with that time.
Not surprised. Let's have a look at the highlights. Sarah is right at the near end as we look onto the camera. She's not in the shot, but as you know so well, and you're advising the audience, Teresa, watch out for those who are in the outer lanes.
Watch out for the lower classifications.
Sarah Vargas Blanco, 977 points accumulated for a time of 1:12.66. Kinoshita and Suzuki in silver and bronze, respectively. Zapata just out of the medals. Straight into the men's 100 freestyle. Malaysian interest, Abdul Halim Muhammad in lane number 2. This is the B event. Muhammad Zulkifli, who you told us to look out for earlier on. Zulkifli absolutely got there.
Ladies and gentlemen, in lane number 1, representing Philippines, we have Gary Bajino.
Gary Bajino in lane 1. This is the first of the Malaysians, Abdul Halim.
In lane number 3,
1:03.29 qualification. Alagarbes won the very first heat that we had this morning in the men. Milano Rifki Yavianda in lane number 4, the fastest qualifier. Minai from Japan, a 57.82. Agiwara, 1:02.43, an S8 swimmer. Gawilan, the third Filipino in this final. And Southeast Asia well represented through Zulkifli and Abdul Halim. Right, Teresa, who to keep an eye out for here?
I think it's gonna be a fast middle lane for sure. All of them posting under 1 minute in the heats. It's just gonna go by in a flash. Very, very timely for our weather right now. In the Aquatic
started pouring down outside. We're well protected at this fabulous international world-class facility at the OCBC Aquatic Centre. Men's B final, 100-meter freestyle is underway. That's a good start in lane number 5 there from Akito Minai. But he's just been gobbled up there, Minai, by the Indonesian Marlina Rifki Yavianda. Yavianda himself has just been overtaken by Ariel Joseph Alagarbes. Alagarbes got off to a fast start in his heat. He's got off to a fast start here as well. Let's see what his turn like, because it's so crucial. He turns first in 27-21. All three have got a good kick off the wall. And just turning in 8th place is Zulkifli. But as an S5 swimmer, keep a close eye on his time. At the front, though, it will be lane number 4, Maulana Rifki Yabianda, who is under pressure from Minai outside of him. This will be close. I think it's the Indonesian who's got it by 0.2 of a second ahead of Minai. 8:36 points at the moment is the lead. Let's keep an eye, though, on Zulkifli. Zulkifli is about to touch in lane number 8, and he touches now. 8:65 points for Zulkifli. Once again, lane number 8 gets us the victory, and a big smile from Shaiful Zulkifli.
It's looking like lucky number 8 this evening.
Hard work, number 8, Teresa.
Sorry?
Hard work, number 8. Again, we look at the highlights. Just talk us through the mental requirements of, if you're in one of the outer lanes, you're not actually in the race, are you? Racing against yourself as much as anybody else.
Most of the time, I think when you know you're in the outer lanes, perhaps psychologically you think you are a slower swimmer. But I think it's a whole different ballgame when it's a mixed race, mixed disability race.
Zulkifli from Malaysia wins the B final ahead of Ogiwara and Minai. Malaysia, Japan. Abdul Hamid Mahali Muhammad making a very good day in the pool for Malaysia. Straight into the men's 100 freestyle. This is the A final. Some good names here. Islam Aslanov from Uzbekistan. Alongside him, Turksun Kunjayev.
In lane number 3, representing Malaysia, we have Brian Suhailao.
This is Nelson Kozo, an S6 swimmer from Colombia. Again, we'll keep an eye on the outside lanes, I feel, here. Tomita in lane number 2 from Japan. Brian Lau's had a good season. This is 3rd competition in the Para Swimming World Series, brought to you by Citi. And Islam Aslanov has got gold medals already in this series already. Tursun Hujayev in lane 5. Then you've got Murakami, Shunya Murakami, posted a time of 56. We've got 4 athletes there inside 57 seconds. Then you've got Zarate. Look out for Zarate, an S7 swimmer. And then Takayuki Suzuki in lane 8, an S4 swimmer. 2 lengths of the pool. Again, a reminder, it's not first to touch, it's the points accumulation that decides gold, silver and bronze. This is the men's A final. Fine start off the blocks from Aslanov. Aslanov a long time under the water and emerges in front. Inside of him you've got Brian Lau. And all Brian Lau can see is the splash of Aslanov. And Aslanov is really going very well. It's a long stroke though from Turksun Kunjayev alongside him. But this is looking very good for the Uzbeks. Aslanov will turn first in a time of 24.85, nearly a full second clear of his compatriot. And he got a good kick and he's extended that lead. Brian Lau from Malaysia in the red cap. He's keeping pretty close here. Also on this near side, Murakami is there, but we have also got to keep an eye on Nelson Kozo in lane number 1. Touching first though will be lane number 4. That's Islam Aslanov, 962 points. That's terrific. 962 points to Mita, 942. Kozo about to touch. 943, just can't get there. 979 from Zarate in lane 7. 979, Zarate is going to take the gold medal as we work here with Takayuki Suzuki.
This is the A.
He's just outside.
There we go, big round of applause for all.
920, a P5 though for Takayuki. Congratulations there. Aslanov touched the tape first, but the most accumulation of points there. 979 from Carlos Zarate. Zarate in lane 7. And again, the cameras won't be picking him up, Teresa.
I think something that also people might see on the screen is a little device, a tapper, for lane, I think it was lane 2. He's a S11 swimmer, so he's visually impaired. So the tapper is meant to tell him when he's about to approach the wall.
Go all out is indeed. That is the message.
Some of our wonderful volunteers, the Team Nila volunteers.
We're just waiting for confirmation of this A final result. At the moment, Zarate 979. But look at that, 6 of the 8 athletes scoring 900 points or above.
That's an amazing final. Really high scoring finals, all of them. Very deserving.
Aslanov, 962 points for his 51.93. Touched the wall first. But it doesn't look like it's going to be confirmed as a gold medal for him. That's going to go to Zarate. And Zarate, one of the very, very strong Colombian contingents who are here. Now then, the result is indeed Carlos Zarate, a 1:01.55 from lane 7. And that gets him gold medal ahead of Uzbekistan's Islam Aslanov. And a Colombia 1:03 because Corzo came in P3 as well.
150 meters individual medley.
Okay, just 2 athletes in the women's 150 medley.
So in the 150 meters IM, as we all know, usually it's 200 meters. So the only stroke that they don't do in this is the butterfly. And usually it's the lower classifications, SM4 and below, because they tend to be, most of them are unable to do the butterfly.
Starting from the other end of the pool, Susana Schnanandorf from Brazil, an entry time of 3:05.75, and this is Brenda Larry, the competitor from New Zealand, who'll be starting in the water. These women, class SM3 and SM4 respectively.
Some athletes are allowed to use devices to be able to keep them above the water before they start.
So 50 meters, the backstroke to get us underway. We're looking around about the 3:05 mark, which is around about a minute per lap. Terrific core strength required here.
I wouldn't be able to do that. I think you see just how many different abilities there are, different functional abilities there are in the pool. And I think when you don't have the use of something, you use something else, you know?
So they're just coming through to the end of the first lap. This is the women's 150 individual medley final. And to turn first, it will be Brenda Larry. Time 1:15.
I will challenge everybody to try doing breaststroke without their arms. It is not easy.
The breathing technique. 2 in. 1 gulp of air for Brenda Larry. And this is perhaps an opportunity for the Brazilian to maybe make a bit of a comeback, but tell you what, the leg strength that we're seeing here from Brenda from Malaysia.
I think Brenda's swimming really consistently. not really letting herself go too quickly, pacing herself, knowing that she has to come back for the 50 for the last freestyle.
There's a real rhythm there for Brenda. It's almost like she's got herself into the zone and adding an extra little stroke under the water, or kick under the water. Into the final 15 meters of this, her second length. Brenda Larry of Malaysia, just over the causeway. This will be a nice trip for her. And she's really got a huge lead over Susanna. The Brazilian steadily making her way down, but she's still got 20 meters or so as Brenda goes into the turn. 2:51.81, the time for 100 meters. But now fatigue really will kick in.
The 200 IM truly was one of the worst events for me to swim. By the end of it, freestyle was just, please bring me back to the wall.
Now Brenda is just approaching halfway.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Susanna in lane number 4 and Brenda in lane number 5.
Brenda's legs must be feeling it right now.
Absolutely, but the kick is still strong, and the core work going on there is still very strong as well. And the body position in the water, very impressive, still high up in the water, which is the key for Teresa.
For sure, I think IM is one of those events you have to be really strategic about, because there are four laps and they're all different strokes. You have to be smart about how fast you go for each one, and even more so for 150 when you can't do a butterfly.
So you can see the points there. Although Brenda Larry will touch first, and that will be in just a couple of seconds' time. There's still an opportunity for Susanna Schnandorf if she is able just to increase her pace. Brenda Larry has touched first, accumulates 281 points. Great effort in the women's 150 individual medley. And that is a woman who has worked very hard. And there is a woman who is working very hard. Schnandorf. I do feel that she will be out of time, and the gold medal of this A final will be going to Malaysia. And there's one for the newspapers north of the border to write home about.
Susanna was also a medalist actually at the Rio Paralympic Games. She got a relay medal with her team.
Here she's probably 20 meters short of being genuinely competitive. And Brenda waits in the pool, and she knows that she has got the victory. Susanna Schnandorf comes through, and she will touch and accumulate 128 points for the Brazilian. But there is our winner, there is our gold medalist. Many congratulations, Brenda Larry. Women's individual medley, brutal.
I don't miss it at all.
You're meant to be in love with this sport, Teresa.
I do love this sport. It's something that I will never be able to let go of. And it's really nice to be able to see the swimmers in the pool today and the next few days.
Here's the highlights. You saw the back crawl, and then onto the front. By that time, it was clear that the victory was going to go to Brenda. It was just a case of how many points she could accumulate. Touches the ball with that black cap, gulps in the breath, and takes the gold medal. And a time of 4:13.63, 281 points for Brenda Larry. Good effort, fabulous effort. Susanna Schnandorf from Brazil, 128 points for her. Men's 150-meter individual medley, it's a single competitor.
I think that just shows that not many people are able to swim that medley.
Van Yip from Vietnam, an SM4 category. Born in 1982. So what is he, 41 this year? Still racing competitively. There's a message for somebody on my commentary box.
I think that it's really common and really nice to see in para-swimming. You know, there's a lot of different disparity in age groups. We are able to swim a little bit longer for some of us.
His entry time, 3:21.22, so we'll look that as a kind of target for Van Yip. 3 lengths of the pool. Against yourself. And we talked about the mental difficulties of being in a race where others are competing, but you're competing with yourself. This is different once again. How do you pace yourself in an individual race like this?
This just needs a whole level of preparation, you know. I think this is just epitome of what you should be doing, you know, sometimes in races. Not think about anybody else, but yourself in the pool. Because ultimately, that's all that matters.
Well, there's a very decent rhythm here to the Vietnamese Van Yip. Backstroke first. And he's going to beat the 1 minute mark. So if his target is a 3:21.22, then he's looking in pretty good nick. As he turns on the backstroke, the touch on the turn and the change will be 58.33. Now onto the breaststroke, which is all for Van Yip about arm strength, which you'll know an awful lot about, Teresa.
By this point, I can just imagine how his forearms are screaming. After the backstroke, and you're only using your upper body. The breaststroke is all about technique, but you just underestimate how much of your forearms you just need.
Taking your lead, I'm looking at how high the body is, and his core is strong. The body is still relatively high.
I think for the lower classification swimmers, we always have to take note that we are not bouncing in the water, because that creates a lot of drag. So we try to be as even as possible, as flat as possible, but on the water.
So the breaststroke, he was 58.30 at the turn. So this one, as expected, was going to be a little bit slower, but he will still turn inside 2:10, we think. Going to be close to 2:10, but he's tying up and tiring as he reaches the end of this second lap, and it's actually, it's really caught up with him. It's a 2:16, so it's a 1:18, 100 meter. Now then, onto the freestyle to try and bring him home. He didn't get a good push off the wall, and he's having to work and drag to get to some momentum going. And he's fighting the water there, Teresa.
I think switching from different strokes, you know, it's really, sometimes can be quite hard to find that rhythm again. Breaststroke is all about going straight movement, you know, and freestyle, you gotta find that rhythm to turn and rotate a little bit more.
The body position is a little bit lower in the water. It's almost like he's pulling the core and the legs, and he's not, I think, going to hit that 3:21 mark, because we're just over the 3:02 mark. Let's see how close he can get, but he really is tiring as he comes into the final 20 meters or so. He was dragging himself along the lane marker.
I do remember my coach once telling me, imagine I'm pulling myself through a small tunnel. Sometimes it helps.
So this is Ha Van Yip from Vietnam, the only competitor. Guaranteed gold for him, but it's all about personal best. And I don't think he's going to hit his personal best. Looking at the clock now, he touches home in 3. Has he touched home? Yeah, 3:43.34. 151 points accumulated. Having seen the times, his entry time, he has posted 3:21s. So although he'll go home with the gold, he'll possibly look back on that and say, 20 seconds.
Could have done a little better. But I guess it could be that he was trying to achieve something else out of this race. maybe in preparation for future days.
The first leg was very, very strong. Inside 1 minute, it was the breaststroke where the fatigue really began to kick in, and he didn't get a good momentum off the wall at the start, and he almost seemed to be treading water. But the individual medley result, gold, 151 points to Van Yip Ha from Vietnam. Congratulations to him.
Our next event coming up, ladies and gentlemen.
Women's 50-meter butterfly, 7 competitors starting here, including Sarah Vargas Blanco, who's already got herself 1 gold medal this evening.
And ladies and gentlemen, in lane number 2, we have, representing Kazakhstan, Zubinskaya Natalia.
I think this lineup is also another great example of just how different the age range is. We have lane 2 Kazakhstan swimmer 1976 all the way up to Sarah Vargas, who's born in 2006.
Yeah, Sarah's a young girl. As lane number 4, and Nashida is introduced, and there is Sarah Vargas Blanco, 20 years young. Actually 17 years young, and 20 years young is Angel May Otom. And from Indonesia, Citi Alfea completes the lineup for this final, an S6 category. So Kazakhstan, Vietnam, Japan, Colombia, Philippines and Indonesia. Truly a global event, this Citi Para Swimming World Series. 21 nations in all are represented. 9 series throughout the season, punctuated by a World Championship taking place in Manchester, England. This is the 50-meter butterfly final.
Take your marks.
1 length of the pool. And a long time under the water for Angel May Otom. And now she's got to work that court inside of Angel May. Sarah Vargas Blanco. Now she's looking to make it a double here. She's alongside Ann Nashida. They are going stroke for stroke, and Sarah Vargas, buoyed by that earlier gold medal, is looking to try to make it 2 out of 2. She's an S6 swimmer, and this is a very, very fast time.
Making it look really easy in the water.
Sarah Vargas will touch second in 37.13, but 872 points. Nashida touched first, 36.97, just getting there in the end. Thi Hang Vi has touched 8.698 for Angel, and Citi Alfea, she touches home with 183 points. So, wow, this is a good day in the pool for Sarah Vargas Blanco. Her 2nd gold medal. So this is a good day in Singapore.
For Sarah.
She will relish that stamp in her passport.
I hope all these swimmers, have a memory that they take home.
And she was under pressure there. She didn't touch first. A good stretch there from Ann Nashida, the Japanese, who touched first in a time of 36.97, which was faster than her other time. But Sarah Vargas Blanco, 872 points, takes the gold medal from Ann Nashida. Angel May Otom gets a very good bronze medal for the Philippines. Congratulations, Angel May.
And we also have a very cool performance, especially for this event.
Men's 50-meter butterfly.
Happening in just a few short moments, our officials are setting up, our athletes are here. This is event number 106, the men's 50-meter butterfly.
This is the B final. There's an A final to follow, but in this B final,
Ladies and gentlemen,
we've got 5 competitors.
representing Chinese Taipei, we have Wei Chen Chang.
And lane number 3 from Indonesia, make some noise for Jerry and Parker.
A 41.67 in the heats for Jerry Parker.
Representing Uzbekistan, we have Sador Baktioro.
Sada is the fastest
Lane number 5
of the qualifiers for this B final. Jia Hongguang, a 38.48 for him.
Representing Malaysia, Tsai Ker Lee.
And Lee for Malaysia, who's been a regular competitor He was involved in a race-off as well earlier on. After all the morning events, he had to do another 200-meter freestyle.
I heard that the last edition in Singapore, he had to do a swim-off too, and he swam off 3 times. Something about swim-offs and him.
Men's 50-meter butterfly final, 1 length of the pool.
So sometimes the starters will think that there's a position someone out of position. They'll ask the swimmers to relax.
Chang over on the far side. And the orders for a second time. Fast start from Sada from Uzbekistan. But look at that from Jia Hongguang. Jia Hongguang has spent a lot of time under the water. And he really is working those core muscles.
Just speeding through.
Hongguang leads the way. A 38.48 was his time in the qualification. Tell you what, I think he's going to smash that in the final. Lane number 5, Jia, a 33.62. That is seriously quick. 836 points for him. Sada, a 37.29 for 5.65. But Jia Hongguang, from the very start there, Teresa Go, looked so strong and up for this.
Really smooth, really fast.
36 points for Wei Che. But there is the winner of this B final, and that was impressive. And I think Hongguang will look back and say, if I could have performed like that this morning, I might just be in a senior final or an A final. Have a look at him in lane 5. Spent so long under the water. How late does he break? It's close, huh?
It was really good. I think there was a little bit of danger in coming out just after the 15 meter.
Yes.
Because you're not allowed to go past the 15 meter underwater.
But the victory,
looks like he's safe.
yeah, the victory is confirmed for Jia Hongguang from China, ahead of Sado. And Jerry Parker from Indonesia, picking up 3rd place. That's the B final. Now onto the A final. This is where the gold medals are decided, and we've got real Filipino and Colombian interest here, and for the first time, our Singaporean interest.
50-meter butterfly, this is the A final.
Wei Soong, now he hasn't won on this series, but he's come mighty close. He's been 4th, and we're really hoping that he can pick up a medal in a neutral fashion, of course.
he's been working on it, working really hard with his coach. Coming really close in the Paralympic Games also, and I'm sure he would love to pick up a gold medal in this event.
This is Christian Corzo, not looking too impressed that his name was called out wrong, and there we have Singapore's very own Wei Soong.
And in lane number 4 from Singapore, make some noise for Wei Soong.
Alongside them, Zarate, he's got himself 1 medal already today. Keidi Hinata from Japan. This is the men's 50-meter butterfly. He posted a time 35.59 did Hinata. His compatriot Ego Tanaka, and then Cameron Leslie from New Zealand, an S4 athlete.
New Zealand, make some noise for Cameron Leslie.
And while all eyes will be on lane number 4 for us, keep a close eye on Cameron Leslie in lane number 8.
It's going to go by quick.
This is going to be quick. Everyone apart from Leslie inside 38 seconds. Is Leslie an S4 swimmer? White cap of Soong. Oh, he's gone deep. He's into his stroke very early. And To has got a bit of catching up to do. Wasn't the best start because Daniel Zarate's made there, but So is really just eating up the water. Zarate is clinging on for dear life, and Wei Soong is driving through. He wants to touch first. The points are there, but Zarate is a doubt quality competitor, and Zarate looks like he's going to touch first under intense pressure. And Zarate takes it ahead of the Singaporean, who at the moment has got a P2. But keep a close eye on lane number 8 here. Oh, he hasn't been able to do it, Cameron Leslie. 732, so there is a medal for Singapore, for Soong, but it's a silver medal because Zarate has picked up his second goal of the evening.
That was an amazing race. I think you can see just the level of competitiveness all of these athletes have. Really close, came down to the touch, really.
The start, though, from To, it's a shallow dive, and he's into his stroke really very, very quickly.
I think that was on purpose for a lot of the swimmers who don't use their legs. We want to try and get out quickly, get to our arms, because that's where our power comes from.
But he was coming back all the way, just couldn't get there in the end, beaten, well, by 0.3 of a second. For those 0.3 of a second, they amount to 13 points. So Carlos Zarate takes gold ahead of Soong for Singapore, and Nelson Corso, ahead of the two Japanese, takes bronze medal.
To the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. Now coming up now is event number
989 points, that's a seriously quick number. Right then, women's 200 meter, Danielle Moy and Nicole Fu in this B final.
As Dennis was mentioning, we will be having a quiz later on for all of you to win our special plushie. And Dennis has also been sharing a lot of information with all of you. You got to listen, because some of the answers to the quiz has been shared already.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments, our technical officials are doing the final setup for event.
It's pretty breathless, this. The events come very, very quick onto top of each other. And for Danielle Moy, who's already raced in one final, there's a little bit of recovery work to do. There's not much time to recover your breath and get your mental health back, is there?
Definitely not. I never knew it went by so quickly. It definitely feels a lot faster when I'm up here. There's a bit more time to breathe down there, you know, warm down a little bit. I hope that she had some time to swim down a little.
Teresa Goh, the expert in the commentary box, as we are introduced to Maori Yui. This is Lau Chui Yi from a very strong Hong Kong selection, an S14 racer. And then Danielle Moy, who's got herself a bronze medal, or a third place finish in her race earlier on, a B final. This another B final for Danielle. 2:35.10 her qualification time. Alongside her, that's Nicole Fu, who had a 3:17.58. Four lengths of the pool.
The longer races are always a lot more strategic, because you gotta save some energy for the last lap.
But also have to be quick off the mark.
Exactly. That's such a fine balance, you know. You can't go out too quickly. If you won't be able to come back in time.
Plus the adrenaline is already racing, particularly for the Singapore swimmers, because this is home, their parents are here, their family and friends are here.
Definitely. I think it's a whole different ball game when you're racing in front of your family and friends, you know.
Which is a significant milestone in the disability sports.
Big deep breaths there from Danielle Moy.
And opportunities for persons with disabilities to
24 years of age this year. Nicole is 23. Nicole in the turquoise. Just to the left of Danielle. Faster swimmer by a good 3 seconds in this race. Hong Kong's Lau Chui Yi, S14 swimmer, posted a 2:32.02. And that's Maori Wee from Japan, an S5 competitor. And Angel May Othon, well, she's just finished the 150, hasn't she? Oh no, the 50 butterfly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's straight back into this freestyle, 200 freestyle.
So such a common thing. A lot of swimmers just want to put in as many races as they can. It's good training for your body.
Women's 200 freestyle, B final, Citi Para Swimming World Series, Singapore 2023. Danielle high dive and spends a lot of time under the water, and she will emerge level pegging with the Hong Kong swimmer Cui Yi. Cui Yi, though, has got into a stroke very well. Danielle, long right-hand stroke, and is sticking pretty closely to the Hong Kong athlete alongside her. This isn't a bad first leg from Danielle.
Got a little bit of a different stroke between both of them. You can see the Hong Kong swimmer is a little bit more, is a bit longer in her stroke, a little bit more efficient. Danielle is a little bit more choppy, but you know, I think whatever works for the swimmers.
Chao Yi got a good push off the wall as well. Her turn was in 31.85, which was 3.5 seconds clear of Danielle Moy. Nicole Fu turned in 43.28 in third place. Nicole is struggling a little bit in this second lap, as is Danielle. Danielle is to the left of the picture as we look them. We're just beyond the minute mark, and the lead has been extended for Chiu Yi as she touches at the halfway point of 1:07.89 for Lau Chiu Yi.
This is where they start to pick up the pace a little bit, knowing that the next one is going to be their last lap.
Danielle got a good push off the wall. S14 swimmer Danielle, and she's closed a body length or so on the Hong Kong swimmer. Beyond them, Nicole, she will turn, but it's a laboured turn from Nicole. Coming up to the 150 mark. On the turn for Lau Chiu Yi, 1:47.47, so she's within target of her 2:32.02 qualification time. Danielle is trailing a little bit. Danielle seems to start off lengths pretty well, but then tires as the length goes on.
I think that comes down to training for sure. You know, the more you train, you put your body through, you're able to last a lot longer, have better stamina.
Nicole has also lost third place as well, but the victory, the first to touch the wall, will be Lau Chiu Yi. And Lau will touch now in a time of 2:26.59 for 745 points. Danielle comes home. She'll just lose the 600 points, 586. That's more than respectable for Danielle. Obviously, things she can improve on. Nicole Fu has tired badly over the last 100 meters. Currently, she's in P4.
Overtaken her, and is swimming really well actually. That's a really high stroke, high position, body position. S5, that was my classification. You know, I always wanted to make sure that my body was high, like what she's doing.
Is she able to beat 7:45? The answer is no. It was a close thing.
Just outside.
7:06, so she moves into P2. So Singapore, a P3 for Danielle. Nicole finishes in a time of 3:19.24 for 101 points. And working hard, Angel May Otom. Her qualification time, 3:49.55. That will be her target. She's not going to be too much out of it. And as the Filipino, because her body will be sore tonight.
You know, all these swimmers were born after I started racing. That's something to think about.
So the B final goes to Hong Kong. Lau Chiu Yi, 745 points. And fully deserved as well. She started well. Danielle went with her for the first half length. Thereafter, it was all about Lau and how far she would win by. There she is. She gets off to a good start in the white cap. Danielle alongside her. But by the time they got to the first turn, it's close, nearly 5 meters, the differential. And you spoke about the stroke. She looks very comfortable there.
I think Lau definitely just showed her training in the pool here. The level of efficiency in her strokes and the length of it.
Confirmation of the results of the women's B final, 200-meter freestyle. Lau Chiu Yi, 745 points. Maori Yui, 706 points. And Danielle, a second third place finish in the B final for her tonight. Women's 200 freestyle start list. And Lane number 8 is where our eyes will be focused.
The only different classification, everybody else is an S14 here.
An S2 for Yip Pin Xiu.
Representing Hong Kong, China, we have
Indriani from Indonesia, a 2:24.28 swimmer. Jung from Hong Kong.
Number 7 representing Japan, we have Saya Kimura.
Natarini was the fastest of all the athletes in the qualifications. Wei Lam Chan from Hong Kong. 3 Hong Kong athletes in this final. Alongside Chan Wei Lam, we've got Chong Sui Kei. And then Saya Kimura from Japan, a 2:24.41. Now, Yip Pin Xiu will certainly not touch the wall first. But you are telling us, Teresa, that she does have an ambition of a world record.
Definitely. I think going into this, 200 meters is not something she usually swims because it's really long. She usually sticks to the 1500s. But she and her coach are definitely gunning for a world record in this event.
0.04 of a second.
Missed it just by 0.4.
Yip Pin Xiu is underway. She starts in the water. Outside of them, Chan Wei Lam. And Natarine, who didn't get off to the best start, but she's emerged, and that's a fluent looking stroke. All the S14 swimmers in a line. Lanes 1 through 7. Yip Pin Xiu is working hard. Pin Xiu has just gone over the 50-meter mark as everybody else turns. All inside 33-34 seconds. The lead is to the Thai, Natarine. 17-year-old, and my word, she does look a very fluent swimmer, doesn't she?
She looks really smooth in the water. High body position, you know, as we've always been saying. Really long strokes, long but efficient strokes.
2:17.04 was her heat time. Now that's a 1:05, so if she can maintain something adjacent to that, she'll be better than her heat time. I can tell you, the Pin Xiu has just turned 1:05.78.
You can't see her right now, I think, on the screens, but she's looking really consistent, really strong, really smooth in the water too.
You'll just see her bottom left of your screen coming through now. Well, Pin Xiu having to work hard. It's all about her own mental game, though, as Natarine turns at 1:50. Natarine at 1:39.93. It's a 1.5 second lead over Chan Wei Lam in P2. Natarine looks like she's tiring and tying up just a little bit. 2:17 will be her target time, but look at the work here for Chan Wei Lam. She's closed the gap to a body length.
Seems to be catching up, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
So Natarine will touch first. That's a good swim from Natarine. A 2:14.93 for 908 points. Right, that's the target. Now, all of our attention comes to lane number 8. And Singapore's very own Yip Pin Xiu.
Swimming her own race, as she really does. Looking smooth, really good catch in the water.
Body position?
Body position's amazing. I think we always, no matter whether we're doing breaststroke or freestyle or even backstroke or butterfly, we want to make sure we are never too deep in the water because it's really hard to cool once you're too deep.
And looking very consistent in the breathing as well.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, in the water right now from Singapore, make some noise for Yip Pin Xiu.
Crowd being urged to get behind her.
Hoping she can hear us.
What's the target time? It's 4:47.10. 0.10 is the target that would, we believe, get a world record. 4:47.10.
She just missed it in the morning by 0.4 seconds. So we'll see if she's managed to get it enough to do it in the finals tonight.
Right, she is turning now at 3:28.29. That is the 150 split. 4:47.10 is the target For her, it's consistency. It's stroke after stroke. It's high position in the water. Looks like she's tiring just a little bit though, Teresa.
The last lap, it's always going to be a little bit tiring. You have to pull it from deep within you to get through this last lap, knowing that you have to give everything you have.
The time has gone just beyond the 4-minute mark, and we're into the final 50 meters. 4:47.1 is the time that we are looking for. We're at 4:13 as we come into the 15-meter mark. Now it's looking very, very possible. 4:21 as she went past. There she is. Yip Pin Xiu is closing in, Yip Pin Xiu. 4:47.1 is the time that she is chasing, and Yip Pin Xiu is going to beat it. We have a record! No! 4:41.46. Phenomenal, a world record in the women's 200-meter freestyle.
In our first over 1,000 point swim.
1,003 points, and she didn't break the world record,
She
Teresa.
smashed it.
She has annihilated it.
I think that was amazing. Before she even swam the race, she didn't even think she could get close to this timing.
Well, turn round, Pin Xiu. Let's see the smile. Yip Pin Xiu. Wow, gosh, but it's taken its toll on her, hasn't it? She is absolutely shattered, but applause all round for the new queen of paraswimming in Singapore, Teresa.
She's always been there.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a quick announcement. If you look for event number 107, Yip Pin Xiu, pending verification is actually set.
Right, the race itself, yeah, we focused on the S14s, of course we did, and Natharine, the youngster from Thailand. She's got a long career, but this is the woman who touches home in a fabulous time and smashes the world record by nearly 6 seconds. Yip takes it, world record time, and our first 1,000 points of the event ahead of Natharine. Men's 200-meter freestyle B final. 3 Malaysians in contention here. This is the one where Curly had to race off earlier on, so this is his 3rd 200 of the day in lane number 8.
I can't imagine how he must be feeling.
Zulkifli from Malaysia in lane number 1. Alongside him, Brian Lau, also from Malaysia, an S14 swimmer, a 2:10.36 competitor. Hazuno from Japan, the first of 2 Japanese in lane number 3, 2:8.94 qualification. Mohamed Redzwan makes it 4 Malaysians in this final. 2:05.91, another S14 swimmer, Redzwan. Alongside Chen Jicheng from Chinese Taipei. Shunya Murakami from Japan in lane 6. Hui Ka-chun from Hong Kong at 2:11.65. And then the hard-working Li Zike in lane 8. And we are underway.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, this is the
Good
big
start
match
in
event
lane
number
number 4 from
1
Mohamed Redzwan.
200-meter freestyle.
Doesn't look the most efficient stroke from Redzwan though. Very high in the water, energy sapping. But at the moment he's just holding on to a lead, although inside of him. The turn first. Hazuno gets there first, ahead of Redzwan. 3rd was Chen, 4th Murakami. It's level 4th actually between Murakami and Brian Lau. Lane number 3, Hazuno. Nice steady stroke. It's a good race though. And look at this name number 5, Chen Jicheng from Chinese Taipei, is making late attempt to touch the wall first. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be the man from Chinese Taipei who will turn at 100 meters. That's a good finish to that leg, and it's a good Kick off the wall as well by Ji Cheng. Red Swan just beginning to go backwards as Murakami makes his move. Brian Lau in the red cap over on the far side is just being dropped. He's in P5. Out of your vision, Li Zike has just touched after 100 meters. An S5 competitor though, so we'll keep a close eye on his time. As Chen Jicheng turns. That's a good kick off the wall.
Always a reminder that you got to work on your turns.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is event number 108, the men's 200 meter freestyle. This is the
Murakami has had a storming last 100, and Murakami is trying to get to the touch first. Last 15 meters, Murakami has got a more consistent stroke, and the Japanese is going to come from behind, and the Japanese will touch first. Murakami takes it first in a 2:04.62 ahead of Chen Jicheng. Third place comes to Mohammed Redzwan. All S14 swimmers. 8:53 points for Murakami. Now then, two Malaysian swimmers. Zulkifli over on the far side. He has just got the edge over Li Zike. They're coming in towards the final 20 meters. Make that 15, and Li Zike has really put in a storming last leg. This is Zulkifli. Oh, it's not too far away, is it? They're just outside the 800s, and that's a very respectable effort. 751 points for Zulkifli, 762 for Li Zike. But 8:53 for Murakami. What a storming last 100 meters.
That was a wonderful last 15. Really sped up, really made sure that he made the most out of that last finish.
Lane number 6, he's not even in our highlight reel at the end of the first turn. Then he comes in, there he is in the blue trunks.
I think that's a new Asian record for Zike.
Indeed it is, an Asian record for Li Zike.
Once again, ladies and
The
gentlemen,
S5 category. There he is, 762 points at 2:51.30. So congratulations to Li Zike. That really makes the trip worthwhile. Murakami will take the gold ahead of Chen though. Men's 200 meter A final, right. 3 Hong Kong racers here.
And lane number 3, representing Hong Kong, China, Wang.
Ethan Koo for Malaysia. Malaysia put an awful lot of athletes into the men's 200. They had 4 in the B final. We've just got Ethan Koo in the men's final. That's Kim from Korea, another first of a triumvirate of Hong Kongers. Hong Yin. The fastest in the pool is Sun Luk. 1:58.61. All of these athletes, lanes 1 through 7, are S14 competitors. Wai Loko just outside 2 minutes in his qualification. Matsuda from Japan in P6. And Min Swan from Chinese Taipei, 2:04.75 in lane 7. And then you've got Cameron Leslie from New Zealand in the outside lane, but an S4 category. Again, keep an eye on the lanes down at the outside. Men's 200 freestyle final. A final. 4 lengths of the pool. Time underwater for lanes 6 and 7. That's Matsuda and Min Swan.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This
Min Swan it is who had an early lead, but then the Hong Kong racers in lanes 3, 4 and 5. They are the guys who look like they're going to be 1, 2, 3 at the first 50 turn. Indeed they are. 1 is Wai Lok. 2 is Hong Yin, 3 Soong. Cameron Leslie out of picture, is just about to turn, and he touches in 41.47. We'll keep a close eye on Cameron Leslie's time. Tang Wai Lok. He's the only one who's really pulling any distance from anybody else, and this looked like it could be a fascinating final 100, Teresa Go.
It could. I think we just need to see if anybody's going to just put in that little bit of effort to try and overtake.
Anka Matsuda in lane 6 is putting an effort in now just to split up the Hong Kong triumvirate. But the lead is with Tang Wai Lok, and he's going to turn at 150 with a 2 body length lead.
Really turning on the kicks.
1:26.83. Matsuda turned in 30th place in 1:30 dead. Well, I think the race is going to be won in lane 5. That's going to be Wai Lok, but the battle for P2 is fascinating. We said it might be a Hong Kong lockout, but Matsuda is trying to prevent that. 1, 2, 3 from Hong Kong. 1, 2, 3 from Hong Kong.
The Hong Kong swimmers are really, really strong.
Matsuda accumulates 918 points. So at the moment, as it stands, Hong Kong 1, 2, and 3. Our focus now is on Cameron Leslie, 33-year-old Kiwi. Just had a quick chat with him by the pool earlier on. He was enjoying his time here, and he knows he's here for serious business. We're at the 2:37, 3:06.64 was his qualification time. 20 meters to go. Objective number 1 will be to beat the 3:06.64. He's going to be close to that. And then we look at the number of points. 950 is always not far, just 5 meters short. It's a P5, 895 points, but it was a
respectable timing.
More than respectable for Cameron Leslie.
And a really high point finals in this 200 meters freestyle.
So Hong Kong 1, 2, 3. Well, let's have a look how they started. They started off well. The Japanese, Anko Matsuda, was the only one who was trying to stay close in the sky blue trunks, just to the bottom of your picture there, more turquoise than sky blue. But the touch, comfortable victory in the end for Tang Wai Lok, time of 1:57.76. Matsuda at 2:0.42 could only get in 4th place.
Just shut out by the Hong Kong swimmers.
That's nice for the Hong Kong team. They'll take a screenshot of that graphic, I'm very, very sure. Mixed 4x100 meter medley relay worth 49 points. There's only one team in this. It's the Japanese. An entry time of 4:38.66.
So this event actually started after I retired. So I didn't ever get a chance to do a mixed relay. Mixed relays are when you have a mix of genders, so 2 male swimmers, 2 female swimmers, and they have to make up a total of whatever points you see on the event. So this is for 49 points. So all their classification numbers add up together to be 49 or less.
This is the mixed 4x100 meter medley relay.
And in lane number 4, we have the Japan team. Let's give it up for Japan.
So the strategy. When do the girls go? When do the boys go?
You get to choose. Honestly, I don't know. I think they probably go one after the other, but I will have to see. Because I think there's no particular order they have to go in, as long as the team is made up of 2 girls, 2 boys.
The gold medal guaranteed, but let's see if they can reach the 49 points that they need. We'll only know in 400 meters time.
So this is a medley relay, means you start with a backstroke, you go to a breaststroke, and then you go to a fly, and you end with the freestyle.
Japan have got a strong para-swimming team, and they are underway. Again, racing against themselves. Very, very close to that lane marker.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We got our first swimmer for Team Japan in the water.
Each swimmer 2 lengths of the pool. We'll be looking carefully at the split times. Is there an advantage to be so close to the lane marker? Is that deliberate?
I don't think so. Like we try not to go near because it can hurt us if we smash into the lane ropes. But sometimes you just can't help it because you swim backstroke, right?
Well, she's immediately gone over to the same marker, so clearly she's comfortable there. And as you say, on the turn, we saw for the visually impaired racers the touch point.
They have a tapper, so she's a S11 swimmer likely, and S11 swimmers have to wear blackout goggles, meaning they cannot see out of their goggles, and this is checked by judges and officials before the race and after.
So the mixed 4 by 100 medley. Next up is going to be the breaststroke. And a split time of 1:24.65. Good high stroke, good energy. It's all mental, it's all personal best, it's all maintaining your form. The encouragement will come.
I'll make some noise for our second swimmer from Japan.
1:59.06 they turn. That's a 35-second 100 meters. It's rapid.
It's a really fast swim. You can tell that he's well adept at this breaststroke. As he hands over to the butterfly swimmer.
Japan working hard. They don't host the World Series, no doubt. There is work to try to get them to host the World Series event.
I love competing in Japan. Japan is wonderful. It's always well run, well hosted, and just being in Japan is quite nice.
Right, the butterfly. 2:39 was the split time. That's a 1:14.35 second leg. That's a fine stroke. Must be an S13, S14 swimmer, certainly. The strength is there. He turned in 3:09.39. That's a 30-second first 50. And it looks like he's powering through. This is a very, very good third leg for Fly. And freestyle to take us home to try to get the 49 points.
And we have our final
3:45.41. That's a 1:06.4 Fly 100 meters.
Just powering through on that last leg of the medley relay. The freestyle swimmer looking really good. Really strong, powerful kicks.
She's looking very strong, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Let's see what the turn is like. The work off the wall is so important. That's good. This is looking like a strong time. 4:15.40 up the turn. Again, 30-second flat for the first 50. Comes to power home now. We'll find out the points accumulation. Driving home, will take the gold medal, and they will do it in a time of 4:47.96. A 1:02.5 100 meters freestyle to complete. So everyone was pretty good there. A 124.6 to open up, but no points.
Not sure. Maybe it's because it's not a
Competitive.
maybe it's a demo event. We're not too sure.
Two more finals coming your way, both mixed. This is the 4x100 medley relay final.
So you saw that event was 49 points, means they were probably made up of all visually impaired swimmers. 13, 13, 12, and you add up all of them to become 49. The next upcoming one, you have 34 points, and these are the ones with physical disabilities.
The split times 124.6, a 114.35, then a 106, followed by a 102.4 for the front crawl. So as I say, all likely to be visually impaired. So this, the 34 points as the result, 447.96. So again, just to clarify, Teresa, how this works, how we accumulate the 34 points, an aggregate of the 4 swimmers'
total
categories.
So the total of every swimmer's classification. So
You could go 2 S14s and 2 S4s. You're unlikely to, but you could.
yeah, you could, as long as it doesn't go above the number
But the 34
of
points.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I don't think you can have 14, but you can have the S1 to S10, all the physical disabilities. As you see, the swimmers, they come out, they all have varying disabilities, and they're all swimmers with physical disabilities. And their classifications all add up to 34 points or below.
3 teams in this final. Japan in lane number 4, who had an entry time of 5:07.03. New Zealand will be in lane number 5, 5:17.59. And inside of them, from Hong Kong, who had no entry time, so 34 points, the accumulation of the classifications. I do apologise, we don't have specific details of the swimmers. We'll try and address that for future broadcasts.
Then you can tell that Cameron Leslie's there, so he's an S4. So every other of all his other swimmers, his teammates, will be 30 points and below.
Once again, backstroke 100 meters, breaststroke, butterfly, freestyle. Mason to get things underway.
So what the starters are looking out for is that your foot or your feet don't come out above the water surface.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, event number 110. This is the mixed 4x100 meter medley relay.
And Lily Mason
Team Hong Kong, China.
trails just at the moment. So it's
New Zealand.
an interesting strategy. Japan have gone with the male swimmer to get us underway. And Hong Kong just trailing at the moment in 3rd place. Now this is where the comparisons really become fun, don't they? Your strategy on the swimmers that you picked, and then the sex and the strength. And
Definitely. I think it was already strategic with the number of points and knowing what stroke to put them in. Now you add on the gender.
imagine the arguments that go on in the team selection
I
meetings.
cannot imagine. Would have loved to be able to participate in a mixed relay sometime in my career, but it's really nice to be able to watch also.
So in the backstroke, Japan will be leading in. Japan are the highest rated team of 5:07, and their lead of 109.86. A 118.86 for New Zealand. Mason, that's a decent leg. And for Hong Kong, just coming home now, it's more than half a length that has to be made up.
Breaststroke tends to be also the stroke where swimmers can catch up to the other racers, the other teams. especially if they're behind.
1:32.77 was the split time at the end of the first 100 for Hong Kong. Japan, 1:50.7. You're quite right, that gap has been closed quite considerably. It's down to 6 seconds. It was over 10 seconds at the end of the first leg.
Breaststrokers can be your secret weapon. I say that as a breaststroker, of course.
You're incredibly biased, Teresa Goh.
I know.
But Japan in this second leg, ooh, that gap is closing. This is a terrific leg from New Zealand. And they've saved the men till last. After a good first 50, Hong Kong have slowed down quite considerably now. Then that gap was over 10 seconds at the end of the backstroke. It is now 2.5 seconds, 2.3 seconds as we come into the butterfly. Closing in, Hong Kong are just about coming into the end of their second leg. They too are going to the males in the team, but this is the lead now. This is fascinating. Japan will turn first. That gap now is less than a second. It was 10 seconds after the first leg, 6 at the end of the second, and now the push off the wall is very good though for Japan. But New Zealand are pulling this one back. New Zealand really closing in. Terrific effort from Japan. Just tying up, and New Zealand will try to make this one count as we come into the freestyle final 100 meters. The differential between Japan is just over 1 second. Japan lead New Zealand at the changeover. But now, did they just push too early? This is where the strategy didn't work.
Ending off with a S4 swimmer versus a, I'm guessing, S8 swimmer.
Yeah, Cameron Leslie is trying manfully to stay close, but he's lost maybe 10 meters in that first 50. And Japan look like they are about to swim clear as Hong Kong come through to complete their third leg. Hong Kong will end up with the freestyle, but this is a good victory for Japan right then. Their qualification time, their entry time was a 5:07.03. They are going to beat that quite comfortably because the clock is just ticking over now to 4:50. And Japan take their second goal in the mixed 4x100 medley in a time of 4:54.88. New Zealand, their qualification time of 5:17. And they too are going to beat their qualification time. Cameron Leslie, good performance from him of 5:09.66. Hong Kong have made the turn at 5:05.84. And this will be a lonely swim home. But a bronze medal at the end of it for Hong Kong.
Nothing is really as it seems. It can all change in one stroke.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, give me some encouragement and make some noise for our team from Hong Kong, China.
Hong Kong, final 15 meters. Now the penultimate final of this first day of the Citi Para Swimming World Series. Hong Kong will be looking to try to beat 5:50, and they do. 5:49.35.
Number 110, the mixed ball by 100 meter medley.
So Japan from New Zealand, from Hong Kong.
Now coming up next is event number 111, the mixed ball by 100 medley relay final.
We'll just get confirmation as the Japanese athletes look very, very happy with their afternoon's work. 4 minutes 54.88 to pick up their second mixed 4x100 medley.
But remember, join us tomorrow and Monday. Spend your weekend with us. We will have the Festive Village ongoing for tomorrow and Monday.
So we've seen the visually impaired swimmers doing their relays, seen the physically disabled swimmers do their relays, and next up we'll have the S14s.
S14, so this should be pretty quick.
And pretty more even, I think. More even to see.
So Japan, all smiles, because as the medal table shows, the mixed 4x100 medley relay, 34 points accumulated. A final result, Japan 454.88. Brave effort from New Zealand, 509.66. Hong Kong 549.35.
Teams that will be competing in this 4x100 meter medley relay.
3 teams in the S14 medley relay: Hong Kong, Japan, and Singapore.
Ladies and gentlemen, in lane 3, we have Team Hong Kong, China. Let's give it up for our athletes. We have Han Chun-Hui, Wai Long Teng, Yu Long Chan, and Ho Yin Chan. A round of applause, please.
All 4 of the Hong Kong athletes have been in or around the top 3 in their respective finals.
And representing Team Japan, make some noise for Mikika Serizawa, Naohide Yamaguchi, Aku Matsuda, and Aira Kinoshita.
Again, all of these athletes have been working hard for Singapore.
Team Singapore. We have Yenting Daniel Boy, Liang Chao Han, Wei Xiang Darren Chan, and Nicole Eileen Gu. Let's make some noise.
.5:30.16 the entry time for the Singapore team. The Japanese 4:21.37. They will be red-hot favourites in this mixed medley. Hong Kong, though, I think they'll be pretty close. Danielle Moy to get Singapore underway.
So all of them will have different strokes that they are good at, better at. And I imagine that's how they're going to separate the swimmers strategically.
Daniel up and out of the water very quickly, but it's Hong Kong who've gone with the male versus the female against Japan. This is the sex strategy coming in.
Danielle is a good backstroker, but she also does really great free and backstroke.
Hong Kong leading the way. This is Lau, who's taken the first 50 meters. And his lead is a good 7.5 seconds. And he will no doubt extend that. They'll try to get it 10 seconds or beyond. And Hong Kong are going for the double male start and get the girls just to cling on. That might be the strategy. And so far, it's working very nicely. Singapore term Danielle in 42 seconds. The split time is a 1:03.24. On to the breaststroke.
So Hong Kong have chosen to go with their 2 male swimmers first, trying to really extend on this lead that they have with their backstroke and their breaststroke.
The lead was 17 seconds. There's an awful lot of work for Japan to do. Singapore are in the pool as well. They're a further 7.5 seconds down on Japan. Hong Kong turn. So remember, the differential was 17 seconds. Now, at the 50-meter mark, it's down to 8.5 seconds. So he has dug into that lead quite considerably. And Japan are driving forward in this second leg. Butterfly is next. And the lead of 17 seconds is almost evaporated. Singapore have turned in 2:04.68 on the breaststroke. Right, it was 17 seconds the lead. It is down to just 1.5. The fly is up and running.
We'll see that strategy is going to pay off, putting their first 2 male swimmers in the front.
Once again, all the athletes who have medals during the victory ceremony, please proceed to the gym now.
This is Anku Matsuda, who has gone into the lead. Japan have the lead, and they lead by a second. So Matsuda, the Hong Kong strategy of boy, boy, girl, girl, looks like it just might be backfiring. In the meantime, Singapore on their butterfly leg. It's still pretty close. So girl, girl, to take us home. Japan, remember they trailed by 17 seconds at one stage. Now they lead by 4.5 seconds. Can you make it 4.5 seconds in freestyle?
It's not impossible. We've seen things happen like this before. I'm not putting the Hong Kong team out of contention yet.
It needs a rip-roaring first 50 though. 4.5 seconds was the differential at the change. It looks like it's actually been increased. Japan
looks really strong in that last leg, that last stroke.
Singapore have just started their third and final leg. The differential has gone up from 4.5 up to 6.5 seconds. Japan, 50 meters to go, are going to race home to pick up their third gold medal in the mixed 4x100 medley relays. It's almost made for them.
That was a really good relay. Really good strategies by all teams.
Japan take it in a time of 4:23.21, just outside their qualification time. 4:31, 8 seconds down for Hong Kong. And Singapore coming into their final leg of 4:34.6. Looking to beat 5:30.16 was the entry time for Singapore. It will be a bronze medal for Singapore, which I think everyone expected. But are they able to beat their target time of 5:30.16? It's looking promising. 15 meters to go, 5:03 is the time.
Right now, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise in the pool. Almost there,
final 10 minutes for Nicole Fu, and she will touch home in a time of 5:16.68, a full 14 seconds clear of their qualification time.
Super fun event to watch, super fun event to swim.
Sometimes we say once it's complete, everybody runs away. There's a few performances. Zoe and I want to enter the audience to actually ask you some questions for you guys to actually win some prizes. And then
let's just have a look at the best of the highlights. Hong Kong went out with a male lead. Japan, more traditional as Japan, off on art. Girl boy, girl boy.
And WPS committee, we'd like to thank all the swimmers and team officials, technical officials.
By the time we got to the second leg, there was a 17-second differential. That was the big lead. But Japan were able to pull it back and win it overall by 8 seconds. Their third gold in the mixed 4x100 medley relay. This for F14 category swimmers. Japan 4:23.21. 8.5 seconds clear of Hong Kong. Singapore, got to be pleased with that. If you're breaking your set time by 14 seconds, that's individual improvement.
Definitely. I think every little bit of improvement is something to celebrate. And I think this is a really new, young team also. I'm looking forward to more mixed medley relay races in the future, hopefully.
They are indeed an awful lot of fun, and the strategy, the comparison, really is very useful. As the Star Wars theme welcomes the prize, and the officials, actually a big hand clap to all the officials who, without the officials, there is no competition.
Exactly. The force is always with them.
Promise you, I didn't set her up for that. She's a natural, this girl. Teresa Go, Paralympic bronze medalist in Rio.
Do I get a bronze medal for commentating?
You're getting a gold medal.
Oh.
Absolutely terrific as a debut. As have the athletes, and the event has gone very, very smoothly. 2 more days of competition. It starts very early in the morning, 9 o'clock, all of the heats to get us through to the A and B finals, and some of the fun finals like the medleys that we've seen at the end of tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen,
they get underway 5:30 tomorrow, Sunday, and on Monday.
Today was a great day, I think. Some really good races, a world record, and I'm looking forward to the next 2 days.
Absolutely. And the world record to boot.
Exactly.
A Singaporean world record as well, and not. I thought it was going to be close. She smashed it.
I
6
didn't.
seconds.
Oh man, like I'm gonna have a word with her later. she didn't believe she could do it, and I think this just shows when hard work pays off, you know. And her coach Mick Massey was my coach when I was training for the Rio Paralympic Games, and we've always said that Mick has something about him, you know. Miracles happen when we are with Mick. And this is just another example of how his belief in us translates in the water.
Terrific. Well, you can see why she is carrying on your terrific work for promoting para-swimming in Singapore, but also around the region. World records always make great headlines, great highlight reels.
We love a good world record.
We're just awaiting the medal ceremonies for all of tonight's finals.
And it's a bonus if you're good at it. And the reward is discovering what you love and what
This Citi Para Swimming World Series, already the dates are being checked in for 2024, and the plan is very much to come back to the OCBC Aquatic Centre in May of next year.
I'm looking forward to that. I hope this becomes a regular feature. You know, we always enjoy when swimmers come from all over the world to come and race. It brings up the value of disability sport swimming in Singapore, you know, and something that the public will hopefully look forward to as well.
Particularly when there's wins and there's world records.
I mean, that's
everyone's interested in that. That's so important that you've got somebody who's competing at the top level.
For sure. I think it's a lot of world-class swimming in these 3 days, and I hope that it only continues to grow.
Yip Pin Xiu will be the headline maker, but I'm sure she'll create many, many more headlines over the next couple of days.
I'm looking forward to that for sure. Not just her, but I mean all the other swimmers. You know, we've been.
Well,
I've seen
Toe
them.
picking up a bronze medal, a silver medal today.
Yes, I mean he's definitely going to want to bring it back and get a gold in the next couple of days, and I wouldn't put it past him. His coach is also my coach in the past, and I know the value and the quality that Uncle Soong can bring to the table also.
It's not just all been about Singapore, though. There have been particularly standout performances from Zara Fargas from Colombia. She picked up 2 gold medals in the women's 100-meter freestyle final to get things underway. We're just waiting for the setup, so Teresa and I have got just a chance to look back at some of the highlights. And Sarah Vargas, all the way from Colombia, she's made the air travel very, very worthwhile. 2 gold medals today.
A long way to come for sure. And I think Colombia has a couple of really great swimmers in their team. We had one of their swimmers swam a breaststroke during the 100-meter freestyle and still swam faster than some of the freestyle swimmers. So I mean, he's a Paralympic medalist, and it shows, you know.
Soong we've mentioned, but he would lose out to another Colombian, Carlos Daniel Serrano Zorate. So what is it in Colombia? What do they put in the water in Colombia that makes them so really competitive?
They have great coffee. I've had a Colombian competitor once, also a couple of years ago, and she always, whenever we met, she would bring me a packet of coffee, Colombian coffee. So I think the secret's in the coffee.
How does the Teh Tarik compare? Does that travel as well as the Colombian coffee?
Oh, it's so different. I've never brought Teh Tarik to my competitors.
But again, we can't not really eulogize about the A final, the world record for Yip Pin Xiu. Her time was 4:41.6, I think. Her target time was 4:47.10. As I say, she obliterated it.
Amazing.
6 full seconds.
I think, you know, just thinking about what it takes to bring the time down like that, because it's 4 laps, and you have to bring each lap timing down by just a little bit, and for it to come down, what, 5 seconds? And from her morning time was her seat time was 5:16.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
so I mean, she practically brought down each lap by about 7 seconds, and that's amazing, you know.
Mentally, are you seeing a visual target or something? Because are you just used to so much repetitive practice and swimming that you know what your stroke speed is?
I mean, I imagine it's a bit of both. You know, you have to be so used, you know, the muscle memory. You have to be so used to swimming this and knowing your strategy going into it, how much percentage you're going to put into the first lap, the second lap, the third lap. Because like I mentioned, if you go all out in the first one, you're just not going to have enough to come back, you know. So I think it's a mix of different strategies.
Particularly when the faster swimmers are there and they're lapping you. So Natarine from Thailand touched at the end of 200 meters just as Yip was turning at the end of 100 meters.
Yeah, you have to kind of block that all out. You know, I imagine sometimes swimming with blinders on, blinkers on, because you just have to focus on yourself, you know. I'm guilty for always worrying a little bit about what my competitors are doing. And I think a lot of swimmers could benefit from wearing blinkers.
Teresa Go with the inside knowledge of what it takes to win. In the meantime, I can tell you there's a little bit of entertainment coming on for the crowd. It's a reasonable crowd tonight, but as you can see, plenty of seats, plenty of red and white seats at the OCBC Aquatic Centre. That's, if you are watching, there is space. You can come in tomorrow and Monday night. Let's have a talk about some of the other finals that went on. The S3 and S4 final in the women's 150 individual medley. And for Malaysia, Brenda Larry, she won that one. But it's great to see that they're getting the profile and the respect, the S3 and the S4s, of the S14 swimmers. It's not all about the fastest, it's about effort and improving your own individual best.
Exactly. I think disability swimming is just, I like it, not just because I am a disability swimmer or para swimmer, but I really enjoy how it's not just about the fastest person in the pool, you know. That's, everybody has their value, everybody has their abilities that they have to be the best at, you know. So there's going to be the S1s, there's going to be the S5s, the S10s, and they're all going to swim differently, but they're all going to be equally amazing, you know, in their swims.
And then the fun ending, the real fun ending of the mixed individual medleys. And I saw you were having an awful lot of fun there. It was one of the few ones that you weren't talking because you were watching the swimming and enjoying it so much. You were well into it.
I wouldn't say I would come back for a mixed relay, but I wouldn't put it past myself to come back and try a mixed relay just because it looks so fun. You know, I think it's always a little bit different when you're swimming with your teammates.
Okay, hang on. Is it you? Yes, it's you. What's your name?
Okay, we'll just stop our chat for now as the entertainment carries on. The medal ceremony will be coming up in a few minutes' time. We will resume our broadcast and our commentary when the medals are ready to be distributed. So just for now, from Teresa and myself, Des Corkill, we'll see you in a couple of minutes' time.
See you later.
All right, over to you, Zoe, for the next question.
Okay, this one is also a little bit technical, but if you can answer this question. Can anyone tell me the classification used for visually impaired swimmers?
Visual impairment, we give someone else. Visual impairment, I've got one lady in the center, the one with the goggles. Yes, we can maybe ask her.
Okay.
Yes, all right, go.
I'm sorry, I have to do this again.
Yes, sorry. Make Zoe go through all the looks and credits.
Let me ask. Hello, do you know the classifications used for visually impaired swimmers? Okay, I hear you, but everyone needs to hear you. Say a little bit louder, okay? Okay, what's the first number? S? Very good. The next number? S? Yes, excellent. Congratulations, she got it right. It's S11, 12, and 13.
Well done. That's S11 to S13. These are the classifications for visually impaired swimmers. Now, the next question I'm going to show to this area over here. Now, can you give me the names of two Singapore para swimmers. Alright, one male and one female. Anyone can give me the names of 2 Team Singapore para swimmers? Anyone over here? Alright, the 2 volunteers put your hand down. Okay, later I'll come. Don't worry, you all get special first class seats for the performance later. Alright, yes, let's get someone. Anyone? 2 of our Team Singapore para swimmers. There you go. You are. Okay, confirm. Must pronounce properly, yeah? Alright, come. Handsome, come here. Yes. Amal, alright, come, buddy. Okay, come, give me 2 names. Alright, Yip Pin Xiu, female, and I need a male. Soong. Now, fantastic. Big round of applause. What's your name? Bake. Big round of applause for Bake. Alright, big round of applause for Bake. Now, this is not to quiz whether you're paying attention. It also gives us an opportunity to learn a bit more about our athletes as well as the sports as well. Because the classification system is slightly different as well. You know, it used to be a very standardized way where whoever touches the end first wins, but with the classification system, this actually mixes things up and it just helps us to learn a bit more as well. Alright?
Yes, next we will learn more about the organizers of this event. Okay, I'm opening this question to our cheerleading squad. They have been so tirelessly cheerleading. Come everybody, let's make some noise for them! Yes, you cheer for yourselves. Good job for cheering throughout. I open the question to you. It's very simple. We have joint organizers for today's event. Name one of our joint organizers. Okay, she's the first to shout me. Yes. Alright, that is correct. Singapore Disability Sports Council is one of our joint organizers for today.
And of course, SDSC is celebrating its 50th anniversary, alright? Its 50th year in para sports in Singapore this year. Now, next question. How many Team Singapore para swimmers are taking part in the competition? Alright, I mentioned this at least 3 or 4 times. Alright, to give you a bit of a tip, the numbers are between 1 to 20. It's somewhere in between. Anybody want to try? Alright, don't give me 4 numbers. Alright, the gentleman there. Sir, you want to try? Oh, no, who are you waving to? Oh, waving to the children. That's why a lot of parents are very eager. Alright, okay, cool. Anybody want to try? How many of our teams? Yes. Me, yes. How many? Okay. A bit more. 50! Fantastic! Well done! Very cool. Alright, now, Zoe, our group of kids are actually eagerly waiting for the performance. Maybe you can take the next question and we can give out our special prize.
Okay, right. That's good. Now, for this, we have a special prize. Come, let's show everyone. This is a limited edition World Para Swimming cap. Let me tell you, even our athletes may not have this. Okay, so much better than the teddy bear. If you can answer this question, we will give it to you. The question is, how many Paralympic medals does Singapore have from para swimming so far? Ooh. How many Paralympic medals does Singapore have from para swimming so far? I'll give you a hint, single digit. Yes, sir. No, that is not correct. He was like 3. 3 is the incorrect answer. Any takers? 4 is incorrect.
I've got Zoe. I've got one young man over here.
Yes,
young man. What's your name? 7. That's a number. 7 is the correct answer. Big round of applause. Alright, we're going to go to the swim camp. Alright, yes. Mommy, you tell him the answer or you get the answer? Very good, well done. If that was a wild guess, very good wild guess. Alright, now ladies and gentlemen, alright, next I'll let everybody to feast your eyes right now to center stage area. We actually have got a very special performance. We've got the kindergarten children from Sherry Hunt and Charlton. They're here to join us in cheering the para-athletes with their dance performance. And of course to show their support for the para-swimmers today and share their joy and their achievements. Let's build the camaraderie, the spirit of camaraderie and get ready to cheer our para-swimmers. Now, they are going to be performing 2 songs in total. The K2 group is going to be performing Amigo. And after that, we've got the younger K1 group that will be performing Don't Stop Me Now. So let's put our hands together and give it up for our little Sherian dancers. teachers, we ready to go? Alright, once again, a big round of applause to our performers. 1, 2, 3, and we go. 4, 5, 6, and giant, 1, 2, 3, and we go. 4, 5, 6. 小宇宙 go, 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 加油我的朋友，你是我最好朋友，我会听你的最后。大梦想 go, 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 加油我的朋友，青春绝不停留你，战斗在最勇敢的时候。All right, another big round of applause for our champions from K2. Now, immediately after our next performance, ladies and gentlemen, we're going into our victory ceremony.
Right before that, we have our K1 children ready to join us. A round of applause for them!
And they're going to be dancing to one of my favorite songs, actually. It's Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. Alright, now once again, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to our K1 students who will be dancing to Queen. Don't Stop Me Now. Alright, looks we are all ready to go. DJ, play the music.
Stop me. And let's give it up for our keynote from Sherry Hart.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for all our kids from Sherry Hart and Charlton. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move into our victory ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us put our hands together to invite Mr. Eric Chua, Senior Parliamentary Secretary, Ministry of Culture, Community, Youth and Ministry of Social and Family Development. A round of applause, please. Mr. Eric Chua will be presenting the medals to our winners.
Now we also like to invite Mr. Preston Tan, Vice President of Toyota Motor Asia Pacific.
A very warm welcome back to the OCBC Aquatic Centre. It is the Citi Para Swimming World Series Singapore, and we are just about to get underway with the prize giving for the end of the finals on day 1 of 3 of this Swimming World Series. There's Corkill alongside Teresa Go in the expert seat today. Very much an expert today.
For now.
And we've got a number of highlights, but the gold, silver and bronze medals to be handed out for the events that have taken place today.
Bronze medalists for event number 101, women's 100-meter freestyle, will be announced shortly.
Once again, our first medal presentation is for event number 101, the women's 100-meter freestyle.
For the women's 100-meter freestyle, there was a phenomenal swim from Sarah Vargas Blanco from Colombia. She didn't touch the wall first. She certainly wasn't the quickest, but an S6 classification meant that her time when she came in meant that she took gold medal. And there she is in the middle of that group.
Ladies and gentlemen, our bronze medalists representing Japan, we have Ayano Suzuki.
I think it's always so interesting to see how they clean up after the swim out of their goggles and caps.
Ayano Suzuki. There is a smile and a half, and that's a very happy bronze medal.
And that's a very cute mascot that we have for WPS Singapore. It's Merly, he's a Malayan, and I can attest that it's the cutest mascot I've ever seen.
There's the silver medalist for Ira Kinoshita, a time of 1:01.55, and the gold for Sarah Vargas Blanco from Colombia, a time of 1:12.66. But you look at the score inside of that, 977 points, close to world record time.
Very close, and I think it could be seconds, you know, it could be seconds off a world record, and 900 is always amazing.
And we'll be seeing a little bit more of Sarah in a moment.
Event number 102. This is the men's 100-meter freestyle.
Men's 100-meter freestyle presentation coming up next, and more joy for Colombia. In fact, double joy for Colombia, a bronze and a gold to celebrate here.
Colombia's really having a great start to this WPS series.
And ladies and gentlemen, our bronze medalist representing Colombia, Nelson Crispin Corso. Congratulations!
Nelson Corso picks up the bronze medal. He was in lane 1, an S6 competitor. Islam Aslanov touched first. A really good swim by any standards for Islam. But Carlos Serrano Zarate the tattoos show the confidence that he's got, and that's a beaming smile.
That's a very happy swimmer.
So Corso in P3, Islam Aslanov from Uzbekistan in P2. And the gold medal, second of the day for Colombia.
So we got our gentleman, Mr. Eric Chua, actually presenting the medals. And Mr. Preston Tan will be presenting our token, and then the medal is for Murli, our best swimmer. Our next event is event number 103, which is the women's 150-meter individual medley.
Women's 150 individual medley, just 2 competitors competing.
So usually when there's 2 competitors, less than 3, we have a -1 rule. And this means that the only medalist today for 150 IM is Brenda.
So Brenda will pick up the gold medal. It was a good swim.
Right now, for event number 103 is the women's 150-meter individual medley, taking back the gold medal in this competition from Malaysia. Next up is for
Brenda, a really good swim from her. 4:13.63 in the 150 individual medley. But remember, she was working so hard, gasping for breath. But another beaming smile.
Really,
a very successful day.
Really, really good swim, I think, by Brenda. Put in a lot of effort, and I'm just happy to see it's paid off.
So Colombia will be happy, Malaysia will be happy.
Which is the women's 50-meter butterfly.
Women's 50-meter butterfly is up next.
We will see a familiar face.
We certainly will. Sarah Vargas Blanco. And she was really, really quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, taking back the bronze medal is Angel May from the Philippines.
Wonderful effort from Angel May. She was last to finish in 49.47, but accumulated enough points to pick up the bronze medal. And Nishida had the lead for such a long time in the race. 839 points for her. A time of 37.13 for Sarah Vargas Blanco, and for her a second gold medal, a third in all for Colombia. You can see the times not particularly relevant, it's the points accumulation that decides first, second and third, based upon the classification of disability that you are adjudged to have, or proven to have.
Our next event, ladies and gentlemen, is event number 106, which is the men's 50-meter butterfly.
A world presentation for the men's 50-meter butterfly. And Singapore, terrific to see. Wei Soong. Half a smile. You don't think he's disappointed, do you?
No, that's just his face. Wei Soong is always known to be calm, cool, collected.
Again, Colombia with Nelson Corzo picking up his second bronze medal. 960 points for him. Wei Soong. Well done, young fellow. That's his first World Series podium position. And Zarate takes home his second gold and Colombia's fourth of the night. That's for the 50-meter men's butterfly. Zarate gold, Wei Soong in silver, 976 points. Good day for Singapore. That Singapore cheer is about to get even louder, I feel, Teresa.
Well, I wonder why.
Well done. 7, which is the women's 200-meter freestyle.
Yip Pin Xiu, who set not only a gold medal performance, but a world record performance. Teresa, we've spoken about it several times already, and it wasn't just a gold medal. She smashed the world record by virtually 6 seconds.
Absolutely. I think everyone, including herself, we were surprised, but pleasantly so. I think she's really, really happy with the time, and I'm sure the coach is too.
Maturini, the 70-year-old, picking up a silver medal. She was first, but here, looks fabulous next to any time, doesn't it? A cover girl in more ways than one.
For sure, role model indeed.
That will be the biggest cheer of the night. And the most photos as well. Everyone wants to get a little bit of Yip Pin Xiu.
That on the left is our coach, Mick Messi.
All right, our next event, ladies and gentlemen, is event number 108.
He had to be dragged in, it's got to be said. Event 108, the men's 200 freestyle. And this was all about Hong Kong. You can see Hong Kong, Hong Kong, Hong Kong.
Absolutely dominated this event.
The special administrative region rather enjoying this. Wong Hon Yin just outside 2 minutes. All of these athletes in the S14 class. Soong doesn't look overly thrilled with silver, does he?
We all are just a little bit disappointed whenever we get silver.
Even while Locke is being encouraged to break into a smile, but that will look good on the front of the Hong Kong press tomorrow. Men's 200 freestyle, Hong Kong all the way, 956 points for the eventual race winner, Soong Lok.
Hong Kong is just looking unstoppable, and their team has grown so much since I last saw them, and I'm just excited to see just how much better they get.
Right now, ladies and gentlemen, number 110, the mixed 4x100 meter medley relay.
So this is the mixed relay, and again we'll have the -1 rule. Hong Kong, who are third in a 3-team race. will not pick up a medal, so it's silver and gold only. The silver going to the New Zealand team.
Taking back the silver medals in this competition. From Team New Zealand, make some noise for Lily Fox Mason, Gabriella Smith, Jessie Reno, and Cameron Leslie.
Terrific performance. Cameron, first to receive his medal. His was the final leg where he just couldn't haul in the Japanese. Mason picks up her silver medal.
Congratulations. Thank you. Well done.
And no doubt we'll be seeing more of this strong New Zealand team. An overall time of 5:09. But the gold medal goes to the Japanese. Mixed 4x100 medley relay. 34 points, the accumulation of the classification that each of the athletes has. That's a bigger team picture. Need a wide lens for that.
I've been in a training camp with most of the New Zealand team, and when I was training with them in the camp for about a week, super hardworking, really fun team, very down to earth, and it was a great time. I think it's always a value when we get to learn from each other, you know, come over to each other's countries and train, spar together. Yeah, always value adds.
Every New Zealander, it will be very competitive in sport. As you'd imagine, the uber competitiveness is the biggest lesson to take home. Crowd not enjoying the spotlight. We'll give the spotlight instead to the S14 mixed 4x100 medley. And once again, Japan will be the team who had the better strategy. Singapore were third, but will not receive a medal. But Hong Kong will pick up a P2, and they're happy with that.
Congrats. Well done.
Gosh, you can see the pride bursting.
Congrats again.
Thank you.
That is a happy recipient of a silver medal. I'd love to see that. Serizawa on the left. First to receive her medal, time of 4:23.21 for the mixed 4x100 medley relay for the S14 class. And that will conclude the presentations for the finals for today. And before we head off for a well-earned dinner, Teresa Goh, your thoughts on day number 1 of the Citi Para Swimming World Series Singapore?
Couldn't have asked for anything better. I think we ended today on a really good note, and it just speaks of how much more to expect for the next 2 days. I hope everybody stays tuned.
Or comes in to fill this arena, this fabulous world-class arena at the OCBC Aquatic Centre, and to encourage and cheer on the athletes from 21 different nations around the globe. Colombia are happy today. Hong Kong will be happy today. New Zealand pretty happy. Japan happy. And Singapore have got a world record to celebrate.
You can get tickets on Cystic. And yeah, do come down and support the athletes. We would love to see you all fill the stands. It's a whole different atmosphere down here compared to watching on TV. You don't get to hear our beautiful voices, but that's it's just fine.
Action starts tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. The finals are at 5:30 on Sunday and on Monday. But for now, from Teresa Goh, myself, Des Corkill, and the team behind the scenes, it's been our pleasure to bring you the Citi Para Swimming World Series Singapore Day 1. We'll see you at 5 to 9 tomorrow.
See ya.
A big round of applause for Teresa, ladies and gentlemen.